Hi Libra, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Libra, in today's reading, I am going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. Wanted to also let you know that I do have a Facebook group. It's with Tarot with Joanna. We will be doing lives on Wednesday. We're going to do a live on the November 26th. And it's going to be about what is blocking you. So if you're interested and want to hop on, you're welcome to. Also, if you would like a personal reading from me, don't forget to email me or comment. Okay, so my email is on my page. So, all right, so let's get started, Libra, and see what's going on in your reading. Don't forget to just take what resonates with you and leave the rest, okay? All right, Libra. Whew. Let's see what's going on in these times. Two cards for Libra for their highest good. Oh. All right. We got one more. Hold on. All right. So you have grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Definitely. Really be grateful. Really be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for even the smallest things, you know, that even though things may not seem work out the way you want them to, just know that, you know, there's always a reason for everything, okay? Just be grateful, you guys. Be very grateful because gratitude does bring in a lot of things. You also have transformation. A new way of living emerges. So definitely, you could be going through a huge transformation right now because everyone is going through a huge transformation. We're definitely not the same people that we used to be, you know, a few months ago. So, wow, huge. That's very interesting. All right, so let's get started on your reading, Libra. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Libra, 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 Libra. Okay, here we go. One for the current. This is for Libra for the highest good spirit. One for situation. One for the past or now. What's hidden. The hopes and the fears. What you need to do now. What you need to work on. And the outcome. Wow. That's nice. So for the end of the tarot card, you did get the Two of Swords. So you are definitely making some kind of decision. Really be careful with everything that's around you or who you're dealing with. I feel like there's some kind of, I still feel like there is some kind of betrayal, some kind of sneakiness around you. I don't know why, but it's like I'm picking that up. So really be careful on who you're trusting and who you're dealing with or who you're making decisions with or whatever it is, okay? All right, so let's see. You do have the Lover's card here. The Lover's card is talking about making decisions, you know, trusting the process and everything that's going on in your life. You know, you could also be involved with somebody that you dearly really love, you know, maybe a spouse, husband, whatever, significant other. Whoever it is, they're asking you to have better communication. Okay, really watch how you're expressing yourself. There is a decision you're going to be making. I feel like, yeah, okay, we'll get that. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about really not rushing into anything. You know, going with the flow, having patience. You know, just trying not to control things. Okay, try not to control everything that you're trying to do, you know, like the changes, you know, you let everything just come in on its own. You have the Knight of Swords here for the past or now. Try not to rush into anything either. You know, try not to cut corners, try not to rush into anything, especially decisions that you are trying to make or do. Anything that you're trying to do, really look it over twice. You have the Four of Swords here for the what's hidden. The Four of Swords is asking you to take care of yourself now, nurture yourself. You know, you've done all you could in situations, so it's time to rest. You know, you're coming close to an end of a cycle here because I can just feel it here. Whew, okay, so and then you do have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card and the Transformation card here, that's a big, huge thing here because you know you're going to go through a lot of changes, whether you like it or not. You know, unexpected changes are coming in, but you yourself are going to change. You know, so just know that, you know, you're not going to be doing the same things over and over. You know, maybe you're afraid of change. Maybe you're afraid that things are not going to go the same way that they used to. They're not, because when you go through changes, they're not. You change on the inside and you change on the outside. So be ready. It's like second chances, a reborn, you know, something like that. So we'll see. You do have the Page of Pentacles here. The Page of Pentacles is talking about, you know, that there could be some kind of news coming in for you, maybe a message or something. Also, could also be wanting to learn something new. I also feel like there's going to be financial opportunities for you. I feel like you want to create something for yourself long term. Also, you have the Three of Cups here, what you need to work on, and the Three of Cups is about, you know, being together with friends and family. Maybe you want something like that here. I feel like you have a lot of support from friends. I feel like you know you want different people in your life. Wow. I feel like you want different people in your life, that you want to socialize with different, you know, like togetherness, like to be happy, you know. Let's see what it says. The other cards say. And then with the Six of Pentacles here, I do feel like there could be some kind of abundance coming in. We'll see. Because the Six of Pentacles is a lot. It's a lot. So, but you are definitely going to be making a decision here. Really try to go within and clear your mind about things. You know, I feel like at times you are very grateful for everything that you have, but then there are times that, you know, you really want more, you know, and it's okay to do that, but it's okay. It's just be humble. Okay. I don't know who that was for, but be humble, you guys. Okay. All right. So, let's see what's going on. Libra, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. The Lovers. Why is the Lovers here, Spirit, for Libra? Wow. Wow. All right, Libra. Only you, Libra. Libra, only you can do this, okay? Because, look, check this out. So you have the Lovers card here, and you start off with the Lovers card. Two cards, same deck, same position, two different decks, same card. Okay, so you're going to be making a decision very soon. And I feel like you're going to be making a decision about your relationship. Or it's not just a relationship, but it's somebody that you're dealing with, that you're close to, you know, like I said. You are definitely making some kind of decisions here. I feel like you really need to communicate better. Also, like express yourself a lot more clearer on what you want to do, what you want to get across, because I feel like that's something big here. And remember also too that everything is going to have two sides to it. Okay. I don't know who that message was, but there's two sides to every story. So just look at it, you know, before you start making some kind of decision or something like that. That's here. Really, wow. And I feel also they're saying, because you also have the Moon card, and the Moon card is saying that, you know, that yes, there's two sides to everything, right? Two sides to every story, two sides to everything. Because right now, there's something here that you're not seeing very clearly. I feel like you're not really seeing your relationship as clearly, or your whoever it is that you're dealing with clearly. I feel like, you know, you're like really not as focusing as you should, okay? And you feel like you don't see the future. You don't see like what's ahead with this person, you know, and it's like in your mind a lot. And I feel like you really need to clear your mind. I feel like you just need to really have a good communication with this person, really get things out. Also, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about, one more card. All right, so wow. So with the Knight of Pentacles here, The Knight of Pentacles is talking about going with the flow, really having patience for everything, you guys. And I mean, really have patience for everything. There are times when you get really, that you could be, like in your mind a lot, maybe wanting something to come in, but it's taking its time. Remember, everything's in divine timing. But with the Knight of Pentacles here, I do feel like you just need to have your patience and find your patience, because even though things are going to be moving slow, it's in divine timing. There's nothing really you can do. Okay, try not to take any shortcuts either with anything that you're trying to build. And also to just stop trying to control everything, like, like, oh, I want to do this already, I want to go and do this now, I don't want to wait, stuff like that. Really have patience is what they're saying. You also have the King of Cups here. The King of Cups is talking about really knowing how to express yourself, again with the communication, really knowing how to express yourself. I feel like at times that, when you talk to people or you're talking to somebody, I feel like at times you can be harsh with your words. And I feel like you really got to download that a little bit. I really feel like you need to balance your emotions too. Like, stop taking it out on somebody that's not, has nothing to do with that. Okay. So really, like, keep your emotions balanced, because most of the time you're pretty good at taking on, everybody's, hearing everybody's problems, and you know how to brush it off. But there's times that you can be kind of harsh when you're expressing yourself. And that's what they're saying. Really keep your emotions balanced. Have patience for everything. People are drawn to you, Libra. They're drawn to you to tell them, they see you. They just want to, they feel like they want to tell you everything. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles here, and the Ace of Pentacles is about expressing your creative side. I feel like there's financial opportunities for you. I feel like there's this new path here, because you are definitely on the right path also. But you need to start looking at your finances really deeply, really budgeting them more. I just feel like you just need to do that, okay? Because everything that's going on in your life, you work very hard for. And then you have the Knight of Swords. Be careful on how you're doing things. Really try not to rush into everything. Take your time with it. If you got to look at it 2-3 times, then look at it 2 or 3 times, but don't rush into anything. I feel like you're definitely trying to move forward, though. You're moving forward from a lot of stuff that had been going on in your life, which is very nice, because sometimes a lot of us don't, but I feel like you are. I feel like you're trying really hard, and you're going to succeed at it, so it's good. Very nice, very nice. All right. So then you have the Four of Swords up here. And why is the Four of Swords here? One more card. Wow. Okay. So, all right. So, this is kind of odd. I don't know if it's a message for somebody or what, but you start off with the Four of Swords here. The Four of Swords is talking about really resting. You've done a lot. A lot has happened in your life, and it's time to really accumulate your energy to focus on yourself now. Take it easy, start resting. I feel like there's been a lot that's been going on in your life, especially with the Seven of Swords here and the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is talking about that, you're really wanting that material success. Oh my gosh. And you want to have that material success. Like, you just want to have that enough money for everything. You want more than enough, and you just like that material success, right? And we all do. You want it. We all want it too. But okay, there are ways to do it honestly. Okay. So if you're trying to do something with your finances that are like kind of shady, that you're trying to make money, or you're trying to sucker somebody, or somebody's trying to sucker you, I would be really careful with your finances. Okay. Really be careful, because when the Seven of Swords shows up, it's not a card to take, lightly. It's a card to be honest. Like, be honest with yourself. Because it's like almost as if, I feel like, like maybe you could be keeping secrets, or you're trying to play somebody or something like that, or somebody's trying to play you. There's an energy of that here, and you got to be careful with that. Okay, whether it's you, if it's you, I'd be extremely be careful, because it's not gonna work out. I'm telling you, it's not. And if it's somebody else doing it towards you, like trying to get money off of you or trying to play you, you're going to know. You're going to know, or they have, and you've been feeling betrayed about something, whatever it is, you don't need to do anything about it, because it's done and it's over with. But I would just be extremely careful about it, okay? Because when you see the Seven of Swords here, it's like you're trying to take more than you should, and it's not. And they're saying right now that you need to appreciate everything that you have everything that you have, have gratitude. Like, be content with it. Wow, that's crazy. All right, so then you have the Judgment card down here, Libra. Why is the Judgment here? My card. Wow. So you do have the Judgment card. Like I said, it's a do-over. It's a card of changing yourself, trying to change it, make yourself better, and it's a good card to have, because it's not only the changes that we go through, but it's something that we need to leave behind, the old patterns that we need to leave behind. And this is you, trying to change, trying to do things differently. And I do feel like you are. You do have the Page of Wands here, and I feel like you need to really believe in yourself. I feel like, there's something new could be coming in for you, to be open. I feel like there's a lot of, for you to explore different ways of doing things, because there are opportunities around you. You just got to look for them, They're also saying that there are new opportunities and messages coming through for you. But it's in divine timing also, okay? You just have to have control and patience for everything that's going on, Libra. You have the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is talking about, how you see this person here, they don't want to pay attention to anything, Sometimes this is you, sometimes you're not aware of everything that's going on around you. Maybe you're disconnected from everything, or you just don't want to deal with anything right now, because you've been through it all. You've seen it all. You've done it all, and now you just don't want to deal with things like that anymore. I also feel like you're having a hard time letting go of your emotions, of the things that people have hurt you. You're having a hard time to let it go. And I feel like you just need to, okay? Because right now there is a lot of opportunities around you, but you're really not seeing them. You're very disconnected. You're very, you're very tired. You're not seeing as clearly as you should. So be careful, okay? And then you have the Page of Pentacles here. There's definitely a message coming in. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? There's definitely a message coming in towards you. So just know that. So you have the Page of Pentacles here. Messages are coming in. Financial opportunities are coming in. Really be careful. I feel like you're going to be learning, and you could be learning something new also. Maybe something new for your work, or trying to improve yourself by doing something different so you can get better pay. Something like that. There's something like that here. But you're wanting to learn something new. So that's nice. There is something here that you're not seeing, though, because you do have the Eight of Swords. And you have the Page of Cups. There's something here that the universe, that God, the angels, they want you to know, okay? Because when the Page of Cups comes in, they're asking you, be persistent with what you want to create, okay? Like, if you have something that you're wanting to do, wanting to create, you've been putting it off for a long time, it's time to do it, okay? They're asking you, really be persistent with what it is that you want, because you have all the tools to manifest it. You have all the tools to bring it in. Also feel like for some of you guys that you really need to open your heart, really need to have that compassion, that forgiveness for the people that have hurt you, or you've been feeling hurt about. Like I said, like I always say, you don't need to be, you don't need to hold on to that. That is stuff that you don't need to hold on to. It creates a lot of emotional disrupt in our bodies, in our mind, and for some reason you have a hard time letting it go. And they're asking you to try to let that go, okay? Try to let go of that past. There are times also too that you may be feeling stuck, or you may not being able to move forward from everything that you're doing, or the stuff that you're like, okay, so like you're living, right? And you want to try different new things. You want to learn new things. You want to do new things, but you can't because for some reason you feel like you're stuck. You feel like, oh, I can't move from here. If I do this, then I'm not going to go and get paid for this. If I lose my job, I'm not going to have enough money to go do this. So it keeps you stuck. And sometimes you feel like you're stuck. Sometimes you want things to be different, but there are times that you really feel stuck. And they're asking you to like try new things, be open-minded, about things. Don't, it's like take off that blindfold so that you can really see things that are around you, that are opportunities, because it's there, okay? You also have the Three of Cups here for what you need to work on. Wow. So you do have the Three of Cups here. You know, you just want togetherness also. I feel like you want, the people to come together and just be together and be happy. I feel like that's something that you want. I feel like you have a lot of support around you. I feel like, maybe okay. So I'm also getting the messages that with this Three of Pentacles, you want that, right? This is what you want, you know. But you don't want the drama. You don't want anything. You just want to get together. You're doing a lot of thinking about, this, about that, and they're asking you that if you're around people that don't have good energy, then it's time to get up and walk away, okay? If there's people that are negative around you, then it's time to get up and walk away because it clearly is affecting you, okay? And they're asking you that, they're telling you, go within, make decisions, start making your decisions because for some reason you just don't want to. It's like you don't want to deal with all these problems that are coming through. And it's like you hide from it, you have this card here twice. You have it here and then you have it at the end of the tarot deck. And it's like saying, there's options here. There's decisions that you need to make, but you don't want to deal with it, and that's crazy. And then you also have the Six of Swords here, and that's why they're asking you to leave. They're asking you that if there's anything negative around you or people that are in situations that are just bringing you down, then it's time to just move on and go forward. You have the Six of Pentacles here. Why is the Six of Pentacles here for Libra, for the outcome? Wow. Wow. Okay. So you do have the Six of Pentacles here. Six of Pentacles is talking about there is finances coming in. There is material success coming in also. Material finances, it's coming in. Something's coming in. They're asking you to pay it forward. Also too, I feel like you could also be helping somebody with something financially. You do have the Knight of Cups here. They're asking you to follow your heart. Really follow your heart. Really open your heart to compassion and forgiveness and everything, okay? I feel like you're going to start seeing things clearly now, and I feel like there's breakthroughs here, and I also feel like there's a truth here. So be ready. You stand very strong, things are going to clear up. Things are going to get better. You're going on a new path, okay? This is just like bumps in the road, but you're going towards something new because things are going to change for you dramatically. They are going to change, okay? They're not, it's not just going to be like, oh, okay, I didn't do this morning, so that's my change. No, it's going to change. You're going to change and things are going to change. So be ready. Okay. All right, Libra. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. God bless.